Today is day one of the Prime Minister's mega roadshow in Bengaluru. The title of the show is, of course, My Bengaluru, My Pride. The Prime Minister is going to cover 26 kilometers today and 10 kilometers tomorrow. Today, the PM and the roadshow will start at the Kempegowda statue and end at the War Memorial on Brigade Road. The Prime Minister has been on a poll blitzkrieg in Karnataka with several development projects, launches and roadshows amid campaign rallies. The big question is, can the Modi factor deliver Karnataka for the Bharatiya Janata Party once again? Mr. Mukesh Tyagi, BJP spokesperson, joining us on the show. Dhruv Jatti, Congress spokesperson, also with us on the program. Rajalakshmi Joshi, political analyst, here with us as well. Mr. Gyanendra Mishra, political analyst, with me in the studio here. And Sandeep Chandra, political analyst, also joins us on the broadcast as well. Basically, chewing your own words back, because that definitely backfired. And when you equate the Bajrang Dal with the PFI, I beg your pardon, it's a false equivalence. Can you compare the PFI with the Bajrang Dal?
I'll explain this. If you look at the records of 2021, you have a report from the Communal Harmony Forum, which stated that Dakshin Kannada region had 120 such cases of communal incidents, and that the highest in the past 4 years. Now, please tell me, which are the two most infamous organizations that are topping the charts for destabilizing peace in society in Karnataka? A, the Bajrang Dal, and B, the PFI, in no particular order. And the issues of Kannadigas are much bigger than just the Bajrang Dal. We shouldn't be limiting it just to that. From the 40% commission to various scams to what happened.
Okay, the 40% commission.
Ousting of Lingayat.
Okay, all right. All right. Rajalakshmi Joshi, perhaps I don't need to articulate a question from you. I just want you to respond to what Dhruv said, the 40% commission charge on the BJP. It's caught on, do you think?
Good morning, Vineet. And, it's a pleasant sight if you look at the television, whatever is happening, the kind of a huge response that PM Modi ji is getting. Now, coming to whatever you're saying about this 40% Sarkara, that is just, it's just like they had this Chaukidar Chor hai. Similarly, they're having this 40% Sarkara. There should be at least one evidence, at least one single case about where, this 40% has come. Put up some cases, prove it, put up those evidences. It is so easy for somebody to just put a tag and say 40% Sarkara, but then it has to be validated with some evidence. So this I don't think it holds good unless they are able to put across what, when, where, how, why, etc. All those details. They are not able to put up even in one case. They're just randomly saying it 40% Sarkara, and just like Chaukidar Chor hai fizzled out. And in fact, Rahul Gandhi had to, in fact, apologize for it also. Similarly, now this also is going to fizzle out. So this, I don't think it holds very good, Vineet, unless there are proper substantial cases. So this is something that I don't think is an issue. They have to come out with specific cases. And about the Bajrang Dal, I don't know if Mr. Dhruv Jatti is actually speaking on behalf of the Congress in this case. And, because within the Congress itself, they have this divided opinion about whether they want to ban the Bajrang Dal, whether they don't want to ban the Bajrang Dal, what exactly is their stand about it. So
what they're also doing is this, they're basically comparing the Bajrang Dal with the PFI. How do you respond to that?
See, that is absolutely like comparing apples with oranges. And, the kind of instances that he spoke about, Mr. Dhruv Jatti, the thing is that is exactly what I have been telling you. That, the Congress has been using the PFI to create law and order situations in, especially in Dakshin Kannada and in coastal Karnataka, so that they can come out and say that there are law and order issues. They have been, this is a toolkit. That hijab issue, they blew it up so much out of proportion. One single case in one single school, that they blew up into a national issue. So that is something, that was only thanks to the PFI, and which is obviously working hand in hand with the Congress. So, and there is no other reason why the Congress should be so up in arms, kind of trying to support the PFI, and they go so far as to say that the PFI is almost equal to the Bajrang Dal. The PFI has been proved to be involved in terror funding, into terror. It's a terror
Okay,
organization.
let me get.
Once the Congress government is in power, we're going to be setting up a special committee to look into not just the corruption by Mr. Bommai, but also the other ministers present in his government. Now, coming to the PFI, she spoke very largely about the PFI. I'd like to say, I don't know if Ms. Rajalakshmi is from Karnataka or not, but I'd like to invite her to Karnataka to have a look at the elections, because the ground realities
I'm very
are,
much
in fact,
from Karnataka. I'm
are
very
in
much
fact,
from
are in
Karnataka.
fact very,
Just to put the record straight.
the ground realities of Karnataka are in fact very much more integrate, is what I'd say. Now she speaks about Bajrang Dal. I don't think she listened to me. I clarified with two clear statements. One speaking about the track record of growing communal violence and the 2021 report on Communal Harmony Forum. I don't want to repeat myself on that, because I think the issues of Kannadigas are much bigger than that of being communal. Now, I have a couple of simple questions over here. The Prime Minister has come to Bangalore for a rally. The simple question is, when the 2019 Super CM Vijayendra service tax happened, where was he? When the multiple corona scams happened, where was Prime Minister in Karnataka? When the 40% commissions, like I mentioned, from the matas to the contractors to the students who alleged the scams, where was Mr. Prime Minister?
Rajalakshmi Joshi, before we took a break, Dhruv had a few comments to make about a number of accusations that were made against the Congress party. He has come up with his own accusations about the Prime Minister not being here and there. How do you respond to what Dhruv said?
Vineet, it is amusing to hear the kind of accusations that Mr. Dhruv Jatti is making against the Prime Minister, and he's expecting him to be everywhere. He has to be there at Manipur. He has to be there at in multiple places in Karnataka. He expects him to be everywhere, as if the Prime Minister is the one who is going to be looking into everything. And the Congress party doesn't have any such responsibility. The Congress high leadership, they are just there to take every possible decision, but then they will not be there whenever there is a problem in Rajasthan. They will not be there whenever there is a problem in Chhattisgarh. There is this huge problems are happening in Rajasthan. You can see that there are press conferences among the CM and the Deputy Chief Minister themselves. But then that has not, the high leadership of the Congress has nothing to do with any of that. But the Prime Minister has to be omnipresent everywhere. Now, coming back to another thing that Mr. Dhruv Jatti was asking about me, he doesn't know if I am from Karnataka, because I am from a simple family with origins in Karnataka and who is settled in Mumbai. But I do keep traveling very often. This is for the record. I do keep traveling every now and then to Karnataka. Now, Mr. Dhruv Jatti is from a very affluent, very eminent family in Karnataka. So he and other Congress leaders, if they were to get down from their high palaces, from their high horses, they would have seen what is a kind of a problem that normal, ordinary people in coastal Karnataka especially are facing due to the PFI. And this is not something that I would say just as a statement. Let me tell you what the NIA has said about the PFI. Okay, this is not some unknown statement by some communal harmony forum, which we don't know what is the credibility of what they are saying. But let me tell you what the NIA has said about the PFI. The NIA has filed a charge sheet against the PFI and its 19 officers, and it has said that weapons training was being given to Muslims in remote Muslim-dominated areas, selective use of violence to terrorize opponents and show strength, pretend fake alliance with SC, ST, OBC to divide Hindus, infiltrate army, police, judiciary. This is what the NIA is saying about the PFI. When Pakistan will attack, Indian army will be busy in the north, and trained PFI cadre will attack in the south. And the zakat and other funds collected for charity were being diverted for terror training and to overthrow democratically elected governments. This is what the NIA has to say about the PFI. And Mr. Dhruv Jatti here is on national television telling us that I don't know anything about the PFI and that he knows more than the NIA and that we don't know what the Bajrang Dal does. I mean, this is all a bloody joke. This is something that, he just cannot just throw something out of the hat. He needs to come down from his high horse.
They just make unilateral allegations without understanding what was the ultimate consequence, and there was no evidence found. So I think this allegation is, again, they need to stop using this allegation again and again. They should look into their own affairs. In 9 years, there were 9 scams of humongous dimensions. I need not tell you about the kind of scams which happened, like Augusta Westland, Antrix Devas deal, 2G scam. I mean, these guys have the audacity to speak about the corruption, and everybody knows how Rajiv Gandhi said that 85% money gets pilfered if I send the money. So this is the historical legacy of corruption of Congress, and they started pointing out it looks absolutely.
Dhruv, so what Mr. Mukesh Tyagi is essentially saying that people who live in glass houses should not be throwing stones at others.
Again, a bunch of allegations from rather pro-Bharatiya Janata Party panel on the show. So I'll begin with Mandal Virupaksha. He was raided by the Lokayukta. So are you trying to say that the Lokayukta is not credible? And let me remind you that he's on bail for health reasons, apparently, despite being raided on massive corruption charges. And he was also caught at a toll when he was trying to escape. That being one. Now, second, coming to the Prime Minister. See, the Prime Minister, the simple question that we have is that there were a couple of personal attacks as well that were used. And another very interesting thing is that when the Bharatiya Janata Party so conveniently can read Bajrang Dal in the manifesto of the Congress Party, they very clearly seem to miss out on the fact that we have mentioned PFI here. The simple mention of PFI that they go on and on about. So when we are treating organizations equally and we speak about a ban on both organizations, I don't think they have any sort of resort to say that we support the PFI. That's completely ridiculous. Janata Party
But
that
Dhruv,
has landed in Karnataka 3 days.
Dhruv, Mr. Tyagi has also said there are allegations of corruption against DK Shivkumar as well, and the wealth that he has amassed.
As simple as that. Unlike the Mandal Virupaksha case where he was raided by the Lokayukta and the court themselves had to grant him a bail on health reasons, you understand why that happens, right? So the corruption with the Bharatiya Janata Party sticks. I don't know if you've seen today's newspaper on Times of India or the Hindu, but there was a large, massive corruption card that was put place. Prices of posts that the Bharatiya Janata Party has been selling for years together. And this is the newspaper that
I think Rajalakshmi Joshi wants to come back on this. Rajalakshmi, you want to respond to what Dhruv just said?
Yes, very much, Vineet. I would not have even mentioned Mr. Dhruv Jatti or got into any personal remarks about him if he had not questioned whether I am from Karnataka or not. So I just
you've already answered that. You've already answered that. Let's not bring that up again. Just please address what he just said.
Yes, that was not a personal remark or that was not a personal attack. And what I was saying is that PFI cannot be equated to Bajrang Dal or any other similar organization. This is simply a case of whether, there is this strong appeasement where they are trying to say that, hello, we are not just banning a Muslim organization, we are banning Hindu organizations also. And when there was no need for them to do so. They're only actually creating a bigger trouble for themselves by doing that, but then they want to do it at the cost of their own popularity. They have always been into appeasements. Now about the corruption that they're talking about. So they can very well close their eyes and say that that was not proved, etc., etc. When Mr. DK Shivkumar's house and his properties were raided and we found mountains of cash there, that is very well all right. But Mr. Virupaksha, the party has disowned him. The party has gone away from him. The party does not support him in any way. But then Mr. DK Shivkumar today, I hope Mr. Dhruv Jatti remembers what Mr. DK Shivkumar today is in the Congress party. They have not disowned him. They still are very much with him. In fact, he is leading the Congress brigade in Karnataka. So what is he talking? In fact, Mr. DK Shivkumar wasn't even sure if he'll be allowed by the election commission to contest the elections or not. What is he saying? So there are very strong allegations against Mr. DK Shivkumar, and there's a very strong reason why his own brother had to file a dummy nomination because he was not sure if he will be allowed to contest or not. Mr. Virupaksha has been completely disowned. There are bad eggs in every party, but then what you do with those bad eggs when you find them out is what matters, Vineet. So Mr. Virupaksha nobody is supporting him. On the other hand, all the Congress leaders who are either in jail or in bail, they are all being supported by the Congress party. So in fact, they are the biggest leaders in the Congress party right now. So then what does Mr. Dhruv Jatti has to say about all those leaders? There are so many countless allegations, there are so many countless cases against Congress leaders about huge cases of corruption. So corruption and the Congress, they have been going hand in hand all these years. So they cannot be talking about corruption without looking into their own house, Vinny.
The attendance that we have seen for this particular rally, there's massive support, if not for the BJP, then at least for the Prime Minister in the state of Karnataka.